Sometimes we find ourselves in an unexpected situation. I was not able to record last week because I had to go home to Ohio because my mother was very sick. She was 95 years old and she had a clear mind but a failing body. My siblings and I found ourselves in a situation where we had to figure out some accommodations in order to get her back and forth to the doctors. And all of a sudden, we were searching for wheelchair accommodations and ramps and how to get her from an inaccessible house out to the car. Now, you're probably wondering why I am telling you this, other than to share my personal story. And it's because I want you to understand that in real life, circumstances can make us a person with a disability in the blink of an eye. So what does it mean if that happens to your child in college? Well, I want you to know that disability services at the colleges can still accommodate an individual who has a temporary disability. So welcome to College Disabilities and Success, episode 92, Accommodating Temporary Disabilities, with Mickey Hayes. The opinions in this podcast are my own, but please reach out to your college, physician, or legal services for additional information. What would you do if your child suddenly finds himself or herself in a situation where they have to use a wheelchair that they never used before? They have to get back and forth to classes. They need assistance with writing. They need assistance with vision. They need assistance with note-taking. Perhaps they're suddenly dealing with a broken arm or a broken leg. They may have had an accident and they suddenly need some extra support online rather than in class. The possibilities are endless for temporary, unexpected disabilities. So if you find yourself in that situation, or your child is in that situation, at your earliest possible convenience, you should reach out to disability services and let them know exactly what the situation is, what kind of problem the individual is dealing with, and when they expect to be functioning normally. Now, in most cases for a temporary disability, disability services is probably going to need a letter from the doctor, perhaps something with some explanation as to the situation and the need that has arisen because of the situation. But in most cases, a letter will probably do. The main idea is to make disability services aware of the situation so that they can inform the instructor as to the specific needs that the student may have. With temporary accommodations, communication to disability services and to the faculty is extremely important as soon as realistically possible. It's also very important that either the individual who was injured or somebody speaking on their behalf also advises disability services as to the accommodations that the student may need. Typical accommodations may include a note taker in class or possibly extended time for assignments or extended time on tests. Just keep in mind that every situation is unique. Please don't hesitate to email me at mickieteaches@gmail.com, MICKIE teaches@gmail.com. If you find that your child is in a temporary situation due to some sort of accident and you are not sure what accommodations might be reasonable and you want to ask me, please don't hesitate to send me an email. And I do want to tell you that my dear mother, at age 95, did pass away last week. Please keep my family in your prayers. Thank you for joining me today. I know this was a little bit of a different episode, but I do want you to know that I'm thinking about you and hoping that all your days are good. Take care, and we'll talk again soon. Bye. Information contained throughout this podcast has been gleaned from my own personal experiences. but to ensure accuracy, please contact the Disability Services at the college of your choice to have first-hand information and the most up-to-date policies and procedures followed by your particular institution of higher education. The content in any of these podcasts is not intended as a substitute for information from legal, educational, or medical professionals. Always seek the advice of your attorney or qualified healthcare provider with any questions you may have with regards to legal, educational, or medical concerns.